The House will come to order. The pledge will be led by Seneca Lampier, Cimarron Middle School, and Ellie Lampier, Frontier Valley Elementary, Parker, Colorado.
Please join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Culler, please call the roll.
Representatives Arndt. Representative Arndt. Becker J. Becker K. Brown. Buck. Buckner. Carver. Conti. Corum. Court. Danielson. Del Grosso. Dorr. Duran. Esgar. Everett. Fields. Foote. Garnett. Janal. Hamner. Humphrey. Joshi. Kagan. Klingenschmidt. Kraft-Tharp. Landgraf. Lawrence. Lebsock. Lee. Leonard. Lontine. Lundeen. McCann. Melton. Mitch Bush. Moreno. Navarro. Neville. Nordberg. Pabon. Pedersen. Primavera. Priola. Rankin. Ransom. Rosenthal. Rupé. Ryden. Sane. Salazar. Sias. Singer. Thurlow. Tyler. Van Winkle. Vigil. Willett. Williams. Wilson. Windholes. Winter. Wist. Young. Madam Speaker.
With 65 present, a quorum is present. Representative Winholtz. Representative Winholtz. Mr. Assistant Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm always cleaning up for some of the Republicans. I move the reading of the Journal of Friday, April 22nd be dispensed with and approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
You have heard the motion that the journal be adopted as corrected by the Chief Clerk. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion passes. Announcements and introductions. While you're coming down, the Speaker has one announcement for State Affairs Committee today only. Representative Everett will replace Representative Wist. And for Education Committee for today only, Representative Wist will replace Representative Everett. Hope I got that right. Further announcements and introductions. Representative Duran.
Thank you, Madam
Majority
Speaker.
Leader.
Members, we have several students here from the Interactor Club at the Career Education Center. The Fred N. Thomas Career Education Center Middle College of Denver is an urban magnet high school located in northwest Denver near I-25 and Spear Boulevard, and has been providing students with real-life learning experience in dozens of career-oriented courses since 1976. The full-time middle college program began in the fall of 2003 with students attending from the entire Denver metro area. The curriculum is college preparatory, focusing on career and technology education. CEC also has part-time students from the Denver metro area who participate in one of the 20 career classes offered on its Elliott Street campus. The career classes are an innovative way for high school students to earn academic credits towards a college degree or industry certification while completing DPS high school graduation requirements. So the students that are here, will you please stand up? Please stand. We'd all like to recognize you and thank you for your hard work to your studies. Thank you for joining us in the Colorado Legislature.
Members, it's noisy out there. Members, please place your attention to the well for announcements and introductions. Representative Brown.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and just want to invite everybody down for Capitol Commission tomorrow. That's a Bible study on 2 Timothy, and this is a book written by Paul as he was in prison, and it was his last book to a young preacher named Timothy. Come on down, and we'd love to have you. Good breakfast. Thank you.
Representative Young.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, members of Appropriations, if you haven't looked at page 11 in your calendar, that shows the bills that will be up on Appropriations tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in LSBA. There are no additions there. And members, those of you that think you have bills up in Appropriations, take a look at page 11. I am changing the order. This is the order that the bills will be heard. First will be House Bill 1450. Then House Bill 1453, House Bill 1362, Senate Bill 182, House Bill 1389, Senate Bill 106, and finally Senate Bill 142. Thank you.
Further announcements. Representative Rupe.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, just a reminder about the Veterans Caucus. It's on Monday, the 2nd of May, from 12 to 1 and 1:12. We're going to be talking to the veteran service organizations, getting to know what kind of services they offer to all of our veterans so we become familiar with them and be able to help our own folks in our own communities. If you want lunch, please RSVP by the 29th to Jerry Wheeler, and you should have a flyer on your desk. Thank you all.
Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Members, there is a change in the calendar today. We are not going to have the hearing for the Lieutenant Governor in State Veterans and Military Affairs Committee today. It is scheduled for Wednesday on adjournment. So if anyone was interested here or outside, it will be Wednesday. This was just an error in the calendar. We apologize for that. Also, members, we will be meeting in room 271 today at 1:30. We have many bills up, so come prepared. The chair is providing dinner. We'll see you in room 271 at 1:30. Thank you.
Further announcements and introductions. Any more announcements and introductions? Mr. Minority Leader, Representative Del Grosso.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I'd like to take a moment of personal privilege.
Moment of personal privilege is granted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, Friday I used some inappropriate language here at the well. And regardless of what happens in the heat of debate or whatever, we have to still remember that we are duly elected representatives and we have to act with decorum. I did not do that, and so I apologize to this chamber for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Minority Leader. Are there other announcements and introductions? Seeing none, the next order of business is third reading of bills, final passage. Members, please take your seats. Madam Majority Leader. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over House Bill 1368 until April 26th.
The motion is to lay over House Bill 1368 until April 22nd. Seeing no 26, seeing no objection, so ordered. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1386.
House Bill 1386 by Representative Kraft Tharp, also understanding concerning a program to cover vulnerable populations, costs of acquiring necessary documents in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1386 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1386 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 39 ayes and 26 noes, House Bill 1386 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over House Bill 1388 until April 26th.
The motion is to lay over House Bill 1388 until April 26th. Seeing no objection, so ordered. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1434.
House Bill 1434 by Representatives Becker, Kay, and Kagan, also Senator Carroll, concerning disclosure under the Fair Campaign Practices Act of political communication that refers to political party in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1434 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1434 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 34 ayes, 31 noes, House Bill 1434 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1274.
House Bill 1274 by Representative Singer, also Senator Yieldbury, concerning the issuance of identification documents to individuals who cannot demonstrate lawful presence in the United States in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1274 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1274 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 34 ayes, 31 noes, and no excused, House Bill 1274 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 21.
Senate Bill 21 by Senator Donovan, also Representatives Mitch Bush and Becker Kay, concerning recognition of third Saturday, May as a state holiday in connection with designating third Saturday, May as Public Lands Day.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 21 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 21 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 39 ayes and 26 noes, Senate Bill 21 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1322.
House Bill 1322, Representatives Pedersen, Quorum, also Senator Donovan, concerning requirement that health benefit plans required to cover contraception and reimburse dispensers for dispensing a multiple month supply of prescription contraceptives.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1322 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1322 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 42 ayes and 23 noes, House Bill 1322 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1436. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over House Bill 1436 until April 27th.
The motion is to lay over House Bill 1436 until April 27. Seeing no objection, so ordered. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 134.
Senate Bill 134 by Senators Heath and Garcia, also Representatives Danielson and Kagan, concerning professional licensing for military veterans in certain professions.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 134 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 134 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 134 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1432.
House Bill 1432, Representative Winter, also Senator Kerr, concerning the rights of private sector employees to inspect their personnel files.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1432 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1432 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 39 ayes, 26 noes, House Bill 1432 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 65.
Senate Bill 65 by Senator Stemmen, also Representative Lee, concerning criminal restitution.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 65 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 65 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members, please vote. Close the machine. With 47 ayes, 18 noes, Senate Bill 65 is passed. Mr. Kohler, please read, co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1257.
House Bill 1257 by Representative McCann, also Senator Sheffield, concerning implementation of recommendations of the Committee on Legal Services in connection with the legislative review of rules and regulations of state agencies.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1257 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1257 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 61 ayes and 4 noes, House Bill 1257 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1425.
House Bill 1425 by Representative Hamner, also Senator Roberts, concerning the requirement for a licensed child care center to obtain records for a child enrolled in the center on a short-term basis.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1425 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1425 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, House Bill 1425 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 158.
Senate Bill 158 by Senator Lundberg, also Representative Primavera, concerning the ability of physician assistant to perform functions delegated by physician that are within the physician assistant scope of practice.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 158 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 158 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 158 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 172.
Senate Bill 172 by Senator Woods, also Representatives Tyler and Buck, concerning the election by a person to receive electronic notification of certain information from a county relating to a pending property tax dispute.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 172 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 172 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 172 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 166.
Senate Bill 166 by Senator Woods, also Representative Kagan, concerning the creation of transportation fuel distributors tax liens.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 166 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 166 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 166 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 171.
Senate Bill 171 by Senators Martinez, Umenick, and Sheffield, also Representatives Tyler and Becker J, concerning modification and clarification of the statutes pertaining to the new Energy Improvement District.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 171 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 171 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 171 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1404.
House Bill 1404 by Representatives Duran and Wist, also Senators Cook and Guzman, concerning the regulation of fantasy contests in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1404 on third reading and final passage.
The question before the House is the passage of House Bill 1404. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 44 ayes and 21 noes, House Bill 1404 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1324.
House Bill 1324 by Representative Janal, also Senator Sonberg, concerning the availability of compounded pharmaceutical drugs for use by veterinarian to treat patients in emergency condition in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1324 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1324 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, House Bill 1324 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 62.
Senate Bill 62 by Senator Marble, also Representatives Becker J and Vigil, concerning modifications to the regulation of veterinary pharmaceuticals.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 62 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 62 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine, and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 62 is passed. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 30. Yes, I'm trying to rush it around a little bit here. Co-sponsors on Senate Bill 62. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 30.
Senate Bill 30 by Senator Hodge, also Representative Tyler, concerning the surcharges for violating motor vehicle weight limits in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of Senate Bill 30 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of Senate Bill 30 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, Senate Bill 30 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1332.
House Bill 1332 by Representatives Duran and Rankin, also Senator Scott and Johnson, concerning modifications to the income tax credits for alternative fuel motor vehicles in connection with fixing specified dollar amounts for the credits, allowing the credit to be assigned to a financing entity, requiring vehicle identification number, tracking the motor vehicle for which credit is claimed, and making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1332 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1332 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 64 ayes and 1 no, House Bill 1332 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1304.
House Bill 1304 by Representative Tyler, also Senator Heath, concerning community conversations on transportation priorities and preferred funding options.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1304 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1304 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 38 ayes and 27 noes, House Bill 1304 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1288.
House Bill 1288 by Representatives Kraft, Tharp, and Wist, also Senators Tate and Merrifield, concerning the creation of an industry infrastructure grant program in the State Workforce Development Council in connection with creating an industry infrastructure fund and making an appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1288 on third reading and final passage.
The question is the passage of House Bill 1288 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 42 ayes and 23 noes, House Bill 1288 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1175.
House Bill 1175 by Representatives Primavera and Nordberg, also Senators John and Neville T, concerning the administration of property tax exemptions for qualifying seniors and disabled veterans in connection with making appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1175 on third reading and final passage.
the question is the passage of House Bill 1175 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 64 ayes and 1 no, House Bill 1175 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1167.
House Bill 1167 by Representatives Winter and Pedersen, also Senators Todd and Donovan, concerning the creation of the Colorado Family First Employer Act in connection with establishing a program that recognizes Colorado employers that meet certain family-friendly requirements and making an appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1167 on third reading and final passage.
the question is the passage of House Bill 1167 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 36 ayes and 29 noes, House Bill 1167 is passed. Co-sponsors. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1079.
House Bill 1079 by Representatives Baker, Kay, and Singer, also Senator Stebbins, concerning a certification program for cannabis as a pesticide-free in connection with making an appropriation.
Madam Majority Leader,
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1079 on third reading and final passage.
the question is the passage of House Bill 1079 on third reading and final passage. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 36 ayes and 29 noes, House Bill 1079 is passed. Co-sponsors. The next order of business is general orders, second reading of bills. Representative Primavera.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move the House now resolve itself as a committee of the whole for consideration of general orders.
You have heard the motion. Seeing no objections, Representative Primavera will take the chair.
The committee will come to order. With your unanimous consent, the bills will be read by title unless there is a request for reading a bill at length. Committee amendments will not be read unless requested, as they are printed and in your bill folders. Floor amendments will be shown on the screen and on your iPads and not read unless requested. Bills will be laid over upon motion of the Majority Leader. The Coat rule is relaxed. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You will see that the first bill on the calendar is House Bill 1394. And upon the request of the sponsor, I move House Bill 1394 to the Health, Insurance, and Environment Committee.
You've heard the motion to move House Bill 1394 to the Committee on Health, Insurance, and Environment. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, no? House Bill 1394 has been moved as requested. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1426 until April 26th.
You've heard the motion. House Bill 1426 will be laid over at the Majority Leader's request until April 26th. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1164. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Upon the request of the sponsor, I move to lay over House Bill 1164 until June 1st.
You've heard the motion by the Majority Leader. House Bill 1164 will be laid over until June 1st. Mr. Kohler, please read the title. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1374 until April 27th.
You've heard the motion by the Majority Leader. House Bill 1374 will be laid over until April 27th. Madam Majority Leader.
All right, get ready for three. There's a lot going on this morning. I move to lay over House Bill 1437, House Bill 1420, and House Bill 1421 until the end of the second reading calendar.
You've heard the motion. House Bill 1437, 1420, and 1421 will be laid over until the end of the second reading calendar as requested by the Majority Leader. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1378.
House Bill 1378, Representative Janal, Senator Crowder, concerning requiring courts to collect money from DUI offenders for the purpose of reimbursing law enforcement agencies for the cost of performing chemical tests.
Representative Janal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1378 and the Finance Committee report.
Thank you, Representative Janal. To the Finance Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Finance Committee report clarified that when the court costs of a defendant reimburse these costs, the court is required to collect those monies and to transfer them to the law enforcement agency that's performed the chemical test, except that the court is not required to do this for the Colorado State Patrol within the Department of Public Safety. I ask for an aye vote.
Thank you, Representative Janal. Is there any further discussion on the committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Finance Committee report. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. The committee report is adopted. To the bill, Representative Janal.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 1378, basically under current law, a convicted DUI defendant may be required to reimburse a law enforcement agency for any costs that result from the collection and analysis of any chemical test upon the defendant. Many law enforcement agencies across the state have been struggling with the inability to collect these costs incurred by the law enforcement agencies for a DUI or a DWAI and drug cases. And this bill clarifies the language of Statute 18-1.3701, the judgment, costs, and fines, and it requires the court to collect such costs from the defendant and transfer them to the law enforcement agency that's involved. I ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1378? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of House Bill 13, or the passage of House Bill 1378. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. 1378 passes. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1347.
House Bill 1347, Representative Danielson, also Senator Ulibarri, concerning the release of information concerning an employer's violation of wage laws by the Division of Labor and the Department of Labor and Employment.
Representative Danielson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move House Bill 1347 and the Judiciary Committee report.
To the committee report, Representative Danielson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We passed an amendment in the committee that makes the bill absolutely perfect, and I would urge an aye vote on the committee report.
Is there any further discussion on the Judiciary Committee report? Seeing none, all in favor of the committee report, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. The committee report is adopted. To the bill, Representative Danielson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. House Bill 1347 is the Wage Theft Transparency Act. Basically, what the bill does is change the current statute. Currently, and now keep in mind, most businesses across the state do treat their workers fairly, do not commit wage law violations, and treat the workers across the state equally and fairly, so this bill would not apply to those folks. However, in some cases, companies and employers do violate wage laws. Under the current statute, that information is not made public, and we think that that should probably be changed because it is being interpreted as a trade secret if a company has violated wage laws. So we think that if you have committed wage theft and the case is resolved and this has indeed been a violation that you have committed, that information should not be hidden from the public. So we want to change the statute to allow this information to be made publicly available to hopefully discourage this type of behavior by other employers. Wage theft includes situations such as requiring employees to work off the clock, violating minimum wage, not paying overtime, skimming off the top of reimbursements, so on and so forth. We hope that by allowing the public to see this information, again, it will discourage other employers from engaging in this type of behavior. Secondly, when you have the good actors who are required to compete against the bad actors. So those folks who don't steal from their employees are forced to compete in the marketplace against those who don't play by the rules. And House Bill 1347 is a government transparency measure that will encourage fair labor practices and a better, happier workforce all the way around. So I urge your support of House Bill 1347. Lastly, I'll add that it took us several months to come to agreement with the business community on this bill. And so in committee, we heard testimony from the State Chamber of Commerce, Casey, and they testified they were neutral on the bill, indicating that this has no negative impact on the business community in Colorado. Also, NFIB is neutral on the bill as well. So we've got a great compromise of the advocates who fight against wage theft and the business community and the Department of Labor. So all parties involved agree that this bill makes sense. And again, thank you for your support in committee, and I urge an aye vote today on the floor.
Thank you, Representative Danielson. It's getting rather loud in here. Could you place your attention to the well? Madam Assistant Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, I've gotten a couple of questions about what the amendment was that was placed on this bill in the Judiciary Committee. What I did was make sure that a business has the right to go through the entire appeals process, not just with the department, but through the court before any resolution and before their name may be published because they are guilty of wage theft. So that was a really important piece that was added in committee, and I just wanted to make that clear. That is what tipped the scales for those of us who were very hesitant about this bill, was the fact that businesses can go through the entire appeal process. So that's why it came out unanimously in Judiciary.
Can we have your attention, please? There are members in the well trying to present their bills. Representative Danielson.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for your attention, members. I was having trouble hearing the Assistant Minority Leader. I just wanted to thank her for her words. And also the members in the committee, they worked really hard to come up with an amendment that adequately addressed their concerns. And I appreciate their hard work, and we did come to an agreement. And so yes, companies, this bill, again, will only apply to companies that have not only finished the final agency action meeting with the Department of Labor, but they have a chance to challenge the state on the initial ruling that they had committed a wage law violation. So it's only for those cases that are not only resolved at the departmental level, but have seen the court case through all the way.
Thank you, Representative Danielson. Is there any further discussion on House Bill 1347? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of House Bill 1347. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. 1347 passes. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of Senate Bill 132.
Senate Bill 132 by Senator Cook, also Representative Foote, concerning clarifying the test results relating to certain DUI offenses are not public information.
Representative Foote.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move Senate Bill 132 and the Judiciary Committee report.
Thank you, Representative Foote. To the Judiciary Committee report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Judiciary Committee report consists of an amendment that puts in, I guess, a safety valve, for lack of a better term. The bill itself actually deals with the non-release of information from Intoxilizer results, and that is personal identifying information only. We discussed in Judiciary having a provision so that if this information, if there's a real need for the information for an attorney's case or something along those lines, that there should be, and we came to an agreement as to that particular language in the Judiciary Committee report, and would ask for an aye vote.
Is there any further discussion on the Judiciary Committee report? Seeing none, the question before us is the adoption of the Judiciary Committee report. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The Judiciary Committee report is adopted. To the bill, Representative Foote.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Members, this is a data privacy bill. Right now with the Intoxilizer, there's information that's available about the workings of the instrument and prior tests and information, that all the information you could want. But what we're saying is that personal identifying information, including just name and date of birth and address of those that took the test, is not released except under the limited circumstances that we provided for in the amendment that was in the Judiciary Committee report. So I ask for an aye vote on the bill as well.
Is there any further discussion on Senate Bill 132? Seeing none, the question before us is the passage of Senate Bill 132. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Senate Bill 132 passes. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1437 to the end of the second reading calendar.
You've heard the motion of the Majority Leader. House Bill 1437 will be laid over to the end of the second reading calendar. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1420 and House Bill 1421 until April 27th.
You've heard the motion by the Majority Leader. House Bill 1420 and 1421 will be laid over until April 27th. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move to lay over House Bill 1437 until April 26th.
You've heard the motion by the Majority Leader. House Bill 1437 will be laid over until April 26th. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move the committee rise and report.
You've heard the motion. The committee will rise and report.
The House will come back to order. Mr. Kohler, please read the report of the Committee of the Whole.
Madam Speaker, Committee of the Whole begs lead report under consideration of all attached bills being second reading. The Honorable makes the following recommendations thereon. House Bills 1347 amended, 1378 amended, passed on second reading in order gross placed on counter for final passage. Senate Bill 132 amended, passed on second reading in order revised placed on counter for final passage. House Bills 1426 and 1437 laid over until April 26th, retaining their place on the calendar. House Bills 1374, 1420, 1421 laid over until April 27th, retaining their place on the calendar. House Bill 1164 laid over until June 1st. House Bill 1394 re-referred to the Committee on Health Insurance and Environment.
Representative Primavera. You have heard the motion and there are no amendments. The question before the House is the adoption of the report of the Committee of the Whole. Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Representative Ryden. Close the machine. With 65 ayes and no noes, the report of the Committee of the Whole is adopted. Representative Ryden is fined $3. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to proceed out of order for consideration of Senate amendments to House Bill, specifically House Bill 1336 by Representative Hamner and Representative Rankin.
The motion is to proceed out of order for immediate consideration of House Bill 1336, Senate amendments. Seeing no objection, so ordered. Representative Hamner and Representative Rankin.
Madam Chairman, I move we...
Excuse me, Representative.
Oh, it's a pleasure to serve with you, Madam Speaker.
Representative Rankin and Representative
$5
Hamner, I've made a double boo-boo here. I also have to ask the Mr. Kohler to read the title. Mr. Kohler, please read the title of House Bill 1336.
House Bill 1336 by Representatives Hamner and Rankin, also Senator Donovan, concerning the creation of a single geographic rating area for health insurance to use when establishing rates for individual health insurance plans.
Representative Rankin.
Madam Speaker,
Thank you.
I move the House concur with Senate amendments to House Bill 1336 with
The
apology.
motion is to concur with Senate amendments on House Bill 1336. Would somebody like to explain themselves? Representative Hamner.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, he got to make the motion. I get to do the explaining. So the Senate added an amendment that would make sure that the report that becomes available is also presented to the Colorado Commission on Affordable Health Care. And I think that's a good idea and ask for your support.
Representative Rankin.
Good addition. Please support the motion. Thank you.
Further discussion on concurrence on House Bill 1336. Seeing none, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote on concurrence. Close the machine. With 60 ayes and 5 noes, concurrence is passed for House Bill 1336. Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the repassage of House Bill 1336 as amended.
The motion is for passage of repassage of House Bill 1336 as amended. Seeing no discussion, Mr. Kohler, please open the machine and members proceed to vote. Close the machine. With 48 ayes and 17 noes, House Bill 1336 is repassed as amended. Co-sponsors. The next, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to lay over the balance of the calendar until tomorrow, April 26th.
The motion is to lay over the balance of the calendar until tomorrow, April 26th. See no objection, so ordered. Announcements and introductions. Representative Young.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And members, I misspoke earlier when I was listing out the bills for appropriations tomorrow morning. I meant to say House Bill 1398 would be on the calendar 5th, and I read the number incorrectly. So I just wanted to make that correction.
Representative Willett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have a surprise visitor here this morning, my wife of 33 years, Rose. Please stand up, Rose.
Representative Willett.
And with her is a student at Colorado Mesa University who's from my district in Fruita. Her name is Fruity. Oops, that's all these bills. Her name is Ellie Fagan, and she's also a recipient of the Reicher Foundation Scholarship that Rose works with Reicher Scholars. So welcome, Ellie from Fruita.
Representative Vigil.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of Agriculture, Livestock, and Natural Resource Committee, there is no meeting today. There's nothing on the calendar, so enjoy your time off.
Representative Ryden.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, if any of you are out of pocket for lunch today, the Volunteers of America are hosting a lunch at 1247 Santa Fe Drive to thank the veterans for their service and the volunteers and donors. So, Volunteers of America lunch today, 1247 Santa Fe Drive. And members, if you missed the announcement earlier, we are not having the hearing in State Affairs today for the Lieutenant Governor confirmation. That will be on Wednesday on adjournment. We are meeting in room 271 today at 1:30. We have many bills up. We will be dealing with the newly introduced primary election bill, among other things, and the chair is providing dinner.
Representative Salazar.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. We had, I think, at some point, we had fourth graders from Tarver Elementary with their teacher, Alicia Osborne, here. They're not here anymore, but let's give them a hand.
Representative McCann.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. A couple of things. Members of Health Insurance Environment, we will hear House Bill 1394 tomorrow. You heard that it got referred back to HIE this morning, so we will hear that tomorrow on adjournment. And also, Representative Lawrence and I have little boxes on our desks for, or at least I have mine on my desk, for contributions for Denim Day. So $5 if you want to wear jeans on Wednesday. So you can put your box out, Representative Lawrence. It's on the sergeant's desk. Mine is on my desk. So put your $5 in and you can wear jeans on Wednesday. And
Further announcement, Representative Conti.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, just a final, we're getting down to the last couple of days that you can get your gifts in for our care packages for our troops. Just a final reminder about that. If you have any questions or you need another handout or bag, just let me know, or Representative Kagan. Thank you.
There further announcements or introductions? Seeing none, Madam Majority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess until later today at 1:30 p.m.
The motion is to stand in recess until later today at 1:30 p.m. Seeing no objection, we are in recess.